Donald Trump's been firing off a massive amount of executive orders. Here's each one that's going to affect the real estate market in Puerto Rico. And we're going to talk about what you should do about it as a real estate investor or just a person who wants to buy a home. Let's start with one that's going to open up huge investment deals across the island of Puerto Rico. The first executive order we're going to talk about is the federal property fire sale. So Donald Trump's planning to sell 443 federal properties, including some on the island of Puerto Rico. And his goal is to cut federal spending and offload unused federal properties and bring in some cash. Here's why it matters. Some of these properties are actually in prime locations and have just been sitting vacant for years and years. The government often will sell these assets at a discount so that they can move them quickly. And for you, the real estate investor, you can bring it up to its highest and best use and get massive value. So what's the positive impact? I think I just alluded to it. You can repurpose these buildings, bring them up to their highest and best use, and make yourself a pile of cash doing it. And guys, by the way, anybody can do this. If you're seeing an old federal building that's not in use and you can figure out how to buy it from the government on the cheap, bring it to a community like ours over on the Flip Flop Flipper real estate investor community. So you, the real estate investor, may be able to buy these undervalued assets at a low price because they've been sitting not used for a long, long time, reimagine them up to their highest and best use, and create a ton of value. That's what we like to do on this real estate investing channel. We're value add real estate investors, and so that's the game we play. We look at something that's not in use, we buy it on the cheap, we reimagine what its use is and renovate it up to its highest and best use, and we make some money along the way. And oh, by the way, it's a hell of a lot of fun, and it creates the good life. And some of these federal properties, they could be perfect for hotels, short-term rentals. And I would throw this one in for the island of Puerto Rico. I think that these properties could be renovated into housing, long-term, either rentals or just turn them into condominiums and sell them off on the back end. Either way, it'll be highly profitable, lots of cash flow coming in, and good for the island. We have a housing shortage on the island, so we need more of this type of product. That's what I'd be looking to do. But with the good, there's bad. So maybe there's some negative impacts as well. Let's talk about it. Now, some people would see this as negative, but as real estate investors or people who want to buy something on the island of Puerto Rico, I actually think this is a good one. A flood of properties may temporarily push prices down. And guys, the prices have been going up straight up for the last several years on the island. So some downward pressure is needed. We need more product on the market so that there can be some downward pressure. So even though we're putting this in the negative column, I think it's a good thing for the island. Here's another one that we'll throw into the negative side. These properties likely need a massive renovation. So it's not just being able to buy them and then they're automatically a hotel or they're automatically long-term housing. Oh, no. You're going to have to do the value add. That's what our real estate investing channel is all about. That's why you like and subscribe here. Guys, we're value add real estate investors, and you can be too. Here's what I think smart investors are going to do. Start tracking the list of federal properties that are going to go on the market. And then look for properties that fit your highest and best use and buy them and renovate them up to that highest and best use. Before I jump into the next one, let me tell you that if you're out there and you find one of these buildings, one of these value add buildings, a deal of a lifetime, and you don't know what to do next, bring it to me. I'd love to partner with you. We expand our business through partnerships, and we want to buy some of these properties if we can. So if you go find it, let's put a deal together. The second one we're going to talk about is housing deregulation. This one could change how fast developers can move and how much money real estate investors can make. Here's what the EO says. Federal agencies are being ordered to cut the red tape and stop slowing down housing development. The goal of this one is quite clear. It's to boost housing supply and lower costs. Here's why it matters to the island of Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has a housing shortage, and these measures could begin to solve this housing crisis. Faster approval means developers can complete projects faster and turn profits quicker. I think this one is almost all positive impacts, but let's talk about the good and the bad. I believe it's going to lead to a surge of new construction, new housing starts, and we need 250,000 of them, guys, especially if they're going to fill the gap of affordable and mid-tier housing. And you investors out there who have some land or have a stalled project, you might actually start to see those projects become more valuable because it's going to be easier for the next guy to get through the red tape and actually get shit done. Let's talk about some negatives if there are any. The naysayers are going to definitely say that less regulation can lead to lower quality construction if developers cut corners. And if too many units flood the market at once, this could have a downward pressure on the real estate market as a whole. I say this so that's a negative if you're a real estate investor, but for the general population of the island, more houses equals downward pressure equals lower costs. Lower costs are good. It's all good. And here's what the smart investors, again, are going to do with this one. Go out and gobble up those projects that have stalled that have struggled to cut through the red tape. Buy them now before the prices increase. And then partner with a reputable builder who's not going to compromise on quality. Guys, these just keep getting better. And while deregulation, it really sounds good, doesn't it? Comment below if you think this is a positive or a negative. The next one I'm going to get into can really start the gold rush. The third one we're going to talk about is national energy.
Drill, baby, drill.
The entire energy infrastructure is about to change, guys, and this could be huge for the real estate investing market, or this could be huge for the real estate investors who pay attention. This order fast-tracks energy infrastructure projects, even including some on the island of Puerto Rico. The goal is simple: increase energy independence and reliability, and here's why it matters so much. If you've ever lived on or been to the island of Puerto Rico, you know that Puerto Rico has an energy problem. The lights go out more often than they should, and new investment in the energy grid could make the island of Puerto Rico way more attractive for new developers. So if Puerto Rico's power grid improves, the property values across the island could rise. And it gets better than that. Commercial properties will see lower costs to operate because the energy cost goes down, and that's a big, big expense here on the island of Puerto Rico. Here's the negative, especially on the island of Puerto Rico. We have a culture of protesting, especially any project that is near the ocean. You might see people giving hard pushback against these people who are coming in and finding better ways to improve the grid. Whether that's wind or solar, it doesn't matter. We like to protest here on the island of Puerto Rico. I'm sure they're going to find some reason that it's going to kill a bird or that it's going to hurt the beach. For the island, we've been waiting for the grid to improve for decades now, and it could still take several years for this to come into effect, but man, what a blessing it would be if the lights just come on when you flip the switch. And here's what smart investors can do to take advantage of this one. Look for those energy projects on the island of Puerto Rico and then buy at the heels of the big investors. So wherever they're going to do a big solar farm or whatever it is that they're going to do, buy in those areas. They're going to be creating jobs. Those areas are going to get better. The infrastructure is going to improve. They're going to be easy to find. When we came to the island, we knew that if we bought at the heels of where Polson was buying, that we were going to have prices go up and to the right, and that's what happened. Now that's about to happen again. Another thing that you could do with this one is you could look for properties where lower energy costs will increase your cash flow and buy it on the old records, the old price valuation. Maybe you can buy it at a 10 cap right now while the prices of energy are high, and you'll be able to increase your cash flow just because energy prices are going down. These executive orders are absolutely going to change the game for real estate investors on the island of Puerto Rico. The biggest question is, how are you going to position yourself to take advantage of them? And here's my final take on the matter. So whether you're looking at undervalued federal properties or taking advantage of faster approvals on housing and going to go tackle the housing crisis, or even positioning yourself in key energy markets, these executive orders are going to create really nice real estate investment opportunities. If you like this kind of content and you want to know more, I've got a community over on School. It's called Apex. You can join. We break down these strategies through weekly masterclasses, and we'd love to have you be part of the community. Come join us. Let's do some real estate investing together. God bless.